Hey guys, welcome back to another week of What's for Dinner. Whether you're stuck in a rut and need some dinner inspiration or you just really enjoy looking at yummy food, we've got you covered. We've got a whole week's worth of dinner ideas that are easy, delicious, and budget friendly, so I hope you guys enjoy. The first meal of the week was Jamaican jerk meatballs over white rice served with corn with a garlic lime aioli. We used 1 pound of lean ground beef for this, and we're going to use some of this Jamaican jerk seasoning, along with some onion powder, seasoned salt, salt and pepper, Worcestershire, lime juice, pineapple juice, minced garlic, sriracha, 1 egg, a splash of milk, and some breadcrumbs. We also put in a good handful of fresh chopped cilantro. As you can see here, we never measure our spices. We just kind of eyeball it and throw in as much as we think it needs. So use your best judgment, and these will turn out delicious. These were so good. So after the meat was all mixed up, we started on the aioli. We put some minced garlic, salt and pepper, onion powder, and a little bit of lime juice in a bowl. In a separate bowl, we mixed a beaten egg with 1/4 cup of olive oil until that was well blended. Then we added in all those seasonings from the bowl with the lime juice, along with some parsley and some coarse ground mustard. And we're just going to add that to some frozen corn along with some butter. Adam just used our little scooper to form the meatballs, which made it a lot easier, and they're all the same size. And then we cooked these in a 375-degree oven for 20 minutes, and then turned it up to 425 for 10 minutes. And the sauce for these meatballs is going to be made out of brown sugar, ketchup, Worcestershire, some molasses, that same Jamaican jerk seasoning, some apple cider vinegar, some onion powder and garlic powder, seasoned salt, and salt and pepper. Once the meatballs were out of the oven, we just tossed them around in that sauce for a few minutes and served them over the rice. We also topped the corn off with some Parmesan cheese and paprika. These were so good, and I can't wait to try that sauce on something else. I think it would also be really good on some chicken on the grill. For the next meal, we have a cheesy pepperoni pizza pull-apart bread with a salad on the side. I I missed a lot of clips from cooking this one, but I got enough to show you the general idea, so you should be able to do it yourself. We started with our homemade marinara sauce. It's just some butter, onion powder, oregano, seasoned salt, tomato sauce, minced garlic, and fresh basil. You're just going to add all of those herbs and spices in with the butter and let it cook for a little bit to get all the flavors together. And then add in your canned tomato sauce. Then we just balled up some pizza dough and added in some mozzarella and Parmesan cheese, pepperoni, and this marinara sauce, and put it in a bundt pan and cooked it until it was golden brown. And for dessert, the boys had some creamsicles. This was Tucker's first, and he was super impressed that there was ice cream on the inside. Our next meal was probably my favorite of the week. It was just good old comfort food. We had homemade tomato soup with grilled cheese on fresh baked bread and a salad on the side. This soup is super easy and super delicious, and I don't think I'll be able to go back to the canned stuff after this. You just add in some butter to your pan and then some salt and pepper, and we put some seasoned salt. We also added in some garlic powder and some parsley. And once that butter was all melted down, we added in 1/4 of a large sweet onion and 1 can of whole tomatoes. So we're just going to let this simmer on the stove for a while with a lid. That way all the flavors kind of meld together. And then we're just going to blend this up with our immersion blender until it comes out all smooth. Angus does not like this blender. We also added in a little vegetable juice before we put it back on the stove to stay warm. For the grilled cheese, we just used the 6 cheese shredded cheese blend. This is from H-E-B, but I'm sure you could find something similar. This was so good, it melted so well and made the sandwich even better. So I just made a batch of ranch dressing to go with our salad. And for this, we just have a chopped salad mix, some bacon bits, some carrots, tomatoes, and everything seasoning. This soup was so delicious, and the sandwich was really good too. I could probably eat this meal for lunch every day of the week and never get sick of it. We also had a little dessert this night with some cinnamon cookies, cream cheese spread mixed with some honey and sugar, and topped that off with some fresh strawberries. For the next meal, we have some shrimp and sausage on cheesy grits with some hush puppies. So we just use this boxed hush puppy mix, and this calls for half a cup of milk and 1 egg. And then we've got our shrimp and sausage ready. And to season these, we're going to use some Tony seasoning, some seasoned salt, onion powder, parsley, and some butter and minced garlic and salt and pepper. To the hush puppy mix, we also added in some of that Tony seasoning, and we're also going to add in some frozen corn. And we just use these quick grits. They cook really fast, and then we'll just add in some butter and cheese. So to a pan, we're just adding some butter and some of those seasonings for the sausage and shrimp, and then we're going to get our hush puppies frying. We cook the sausage first because I'm the only one that eats the shrimp, so once the sausage is done, we'll throw the shrimp in there, and then we'll get it all plated up. This was so good. I ended up with a little extra on my plate of that garlicky butter sauce, but I'm not complaining, and those hush puppies with the corn in them were so delicious. And for our last meal of the week, we grilled up some steak and some fresh corn on the cob and served this with our cheesy pork and beans. The steak had marinated overnight in some Worcestershire and teriyaki sauce. And for the sauce to go over the steak, we just boiled up that leftover marinade and added in a little bit of steak sauce. And the beans are so easy. They're just a can of pork and beans with some onion powder, garlic powder, sriracha, mustard, ketchup, salt and pepper, and Velveeta cheese. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below which meal was your favorite. And if you have any meal ideas or recipes you'd like to see us try, you can comment down below or send them to my email or Instagram account. My contact information is in the description box below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you on next Sunday's What's for Dinner.